So I want to talk about Romantasy because, well, that's what I've been reading. Yes, it is. And it's more of an escapism for me. Usually I read a lot of nonfiction, especially this time of year. I don't know why, but I tend to read more nonfiction in the spring, winter, spring kind of. Um, I have a big stack here. Now, some of these I've read. Actually, a couple of these I've already read. I'll talk about the ones I've already read first. Okay. Everyone's talking about this one, y'all. Yes, that one. I read it because there is a podcast and a YouTube channel, and the title is, or it's called, I'll read what she's reading, and it's three girls. I think they're in their 20s, and they review books, mainly fantasy books and romantasy books, and they actually recommend some really good books. In fact, these two books I'm talking about first was recommended by these girls, and you should really check them out. It's called I'll Read What She's Reading. They're on YouTube and Instagram, and then there's a podcast, but I just watch it on YouTube because I just like to watch the videos better. Yeah, this no comment. Okay, this book basically has proven to me that I'm really old and that I don't know what all these terms are, and you need to go watch their episode, like their review of this. I think this was their March book. They do a book club, and they reviewed this for their March book, and my hair is just all a mess and falling down. So yeah, you need to go watch their review of it because they're going to say a lot more about it than I will, because I'm just not going to go that deep into it. I'll say it was fun. It was fun, then it got weird, and I didn't know that kids these days are like, there's a lot I don't know, okay? Like the Omegaverse is a thing. I didn't know what the shit that was, and now I wish I didn't know what it was. So I'm 46, and I don't have teenagers. I don't have children, human children. I have cats. So I think that you guys, to do this book justice, should go watch their episode. In fact, I think I'm going to link it because I'm just too old to talk about this, okay? Bride. Anyway, it's by Ali Hazelwood. This is the first book I've ever read by Ali Hazelwood. I'm not a big reader of romance novels. I actually really don't have a good opinion of the genre. I don't really like it. It was one of those things that if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s like me and you saw the romance section, it was weird. It was weird. And now the romance section looks like this. This pretty much, these books are falling all over. Okay, so let's put this one up, and you can get that one from somewhere else, that review. But it's weird. Would I read it again? I don't know. But I don't know. I just go do you and go research it if you want. So this one is One Dark Window. This was also recommended by that same YouTube channel. I'll read what she's reading, okay? And I actually really enjoyed this one. Like, this was fantastic. This one had more like dark, misty, gothic vibes, more almost like a dark fairy tale vibe. And I really jived with that because that's my thing. Also, I immediately went out after I finished it and I bought the sequel. So this is one I thoroughly enjoyed. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Bride too. I wouldn't be reviewing it or have it here in the stack if I didn't like it. But these two really did it for me. And I think these are probably the better books that I've read, so out of the genre romantasy of late. So what I'm reading now is, this is funny, but after I ordered the Bride, or got that one, I actually think I bought that one at Books A Million here in town, because we do have a Books A Million. We don't have any other independent bookstores. We do have Books A Million, but it's not anywhere near where I am. This is Romance Rules for Werewolves, Lindsay Hall. And it was recommended. It's supposed to be one of those cozy little romance novels, kind of like cozy mysteries. And it's part of the Charming Cove series. But I did get that on Amazon. I've just started it, and so I don't really have a lot to say about it. I do know it seems like really cute. And if you just want something lighthearted to take on spring break or the beach or something, and if you're into werewolves, apparently werewolves are a thing now, which I'm totally cool with. I don't understand the vampire stuff though. Like, that's something that I just refuse to read anything about vampires, because vampires are so gross. Like, that just shit just really grosses me out. Like, I never understood the Twilight thing. I still don't get it. I still don't want to understand it. So, you know, this seems neat though. You know, it doesn't seem weird as Bride's going to be. I'm not expecting that, at least. If it is, well, my bad. And I didn't dislike Bride. It was just, you know, it was just odd. So now this one has been all over the internet, and it's Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I've heard so many good things about this. It's book one. There's a sequel that's out now, and I wish I got it in hardback, but I didn't. I should have bought it last year, and I chose another book instead, a book that I ended up giving away because it was just horrible. But I wish I'd really gotten this one instead, but I didn't. So I got it when Amazon put it on sale when the sequel came out, and I'm going to be reading it this summer, most definitely. I'm excited. Everyone knows what this book is about. It's about a Cambridge professor who, she's an expert on fairies, and she goes to study fairies along with her rival. And anyway, she has to find out who he really is. And so it seems really cute. It is definitely like a romantasy fairy tale thing. And it's the time of year to read something like that. So, hey. This one is one that was recommended on another booktube channel. It's supposed to be like, oh, I forget what it's called, but there's a lot of these cozy adventure books coming in that kind of take place in like a D&D world, but they're not about the quest, like the Dude Bro quest. This one is called Bakers and Magic, or A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, and it's book one. It's by Jay Penner. And it's about, I'll just read the back of it. It's about a human and, I guess, an orc neighbor who secretly enters her creations into some kind of prestigious elven baking battle. And I guess there's going to be a love interest who's an elf. So if you're into the cross species thing, hey, you know, apparently, where were books like this when I was young? Like, we had Fabio, y'all. Anyway, so I'm going to see if this book is too young for me or not, but I'm going to read this one this spring too. And yeah, so I'm going to read this one. And this genre is very new, I guess. I guess we've always sort of had it. It's just now a name, and it's definitely overt. Like, before, certain elements were always sort of snuck into fantasy books or whatnot. And it was usually only female writers that did so. And there was a lot of snobbery, even in the 90s, toward female writers. So I'm glad to see that romantasy is a thing, and it's okay to have romance in books other than just fantasy, because that's, oh, I'm sliding back in this chair. That is just really lame that you can only have romance in romance books, because romance books are actually kind of dumb. So I'll show all these spines. And again, you can find all these on Amazon. A lot of them are at, you know, independent bookstores and Walmart and all that jazz. So I don't know where to tell you to go find your damn books, because I don't know where you live. So anyway, have a beautiful day.